So what I have, especially with schools, but everybody else. So um, Jerry Seinfeld on his show talked about bizarro world, and there's opposite day. That means on this day, everything's different than on every other day. And when the active shooter shows up, it's opposite day. What we normally prohibit, we now not only allow, but we encourage violence. And I'm talking about ruthless, vicious, deadly, disabling violence, not a loose tooth, not a fat lip, vicious, ruthless violence. Any other day you do that, going to get in trouble. But on this day, saves lives. Breaking windows on any other day, don't do that. On this day, do it. Leaving campus, running off campus without permission, don't do that on any other day. But on this day, it's a good thing to do. And just breaking rules and period. If we're in a store the other day that had a sign that said employees only beyond this point, well, I'm going to follow that rule any other day. But on this day, I'm going to go through that door if I determine that's the safest thing for me. Fire alarms, don't pull them on every day there's not a fire, but we want people pulling them on days there's fire. What's important on all other days is not important. Like in a school, accountability, discipline, following the rules. Yeah, on every other day, those are important. This day, accountability is not important. That's what schools want to focus on because it's easy. Accountability will happen. You don't have to try to make it happen. All the kids want to be found. All the parents want to find them. They all got phones. That'll happen. And then once the first shot's fired, everybody's job is to save lives. It's not sweeping the floor if you're a custodian. It's not cooking if you're a cafeteria worker. It's not teaching if you're a teacher. Everybody's job is to save lives. And like Tim Larkin said, violence is almost never the correct answer, but rarely it is the only answer. And on this day, I would argue it is. Go ahead. I keep wanting to hit the button. So this is my goal, and I would love if the country and at least organizations would take it. Single digit victim. That should be the goal. How can we accomplish that? I only know of one way, and that's an immediate counterattack that stops him in the first 30 seconds. How can that be done? I only know of two ways, with a gun and without a gun. They can both work. One is a heck of a lot easier. You can cut grass with a pair of scissors. You can cut grass with a rotary mechanical push mower. You can cut grass with a power push mower, and you can cut grass with a zero turn mower. They will all cut the grass, but you get to choose how efficient of a tool you want to use to get the task done. I think we ought to do the same thing with stopping the active shooter because cutting grass is far less important than keeping the victim count low. Go ahead. So everybody likes a slide with summary. Math and time, not any of the other crap they distract us with. Math and time. Every few seconds, someone's getting shot, so fighting quickly is the only way we're going to have low victims. And I haven't met anybody yet that says, no, I want high victims. Everybody wants low victims, but they're just not willing to take the steps that has a good chance of getting that. We got to do a 180-degree turn. This isn't a slight modification. This is a complete about face from waiting for somebody to come stop it to we're going to stop it. The words aren't that much difference, but the actions are. Armed, present, and willing gives us our best chance. Somebody is armed, close enough to hear it or see it, and they're willing to act. That has great success rate. The active shooter can only get a high victim count if we let him get a high victim count. We got to stop letting him. We got to have individual plans and organizational plans that take charge of the situation and stop his plan. Go ahead. Yeah, that's my active shooter training between now and July. I'm going to like 10 different states, and I got a bunch more planned. I go to Texas next week. Go ahead.
No, I want to see if there's any close.
Yeah, speaking at conferences,
Missouri,
working with
Texas.
churches, working with schools, working with a couple of law enforcement agencies. I had the great honor back in November during Thanksgiving. I went out to do Shadow Mountain out in San Diego, David Jeremiah's church, for 3 days, working with his staff and faculty. So I'm getting some great opportunities to go to some great places and work with some people who really care.
And for those of you in Arizona, I'm working on getting Ed out here to Arizona.
Yeah, I don't think I have any warrants in Arizona, so I'm willing to come out to Arizona. So that's my info. Again, so my email's up there, my phone number's up there. Call, text if you think I can help you or in any way. I appreciate y'all having me on.
Is that your last slide? I assume it is, Ed.
Yeah. Okay. That's it. It's very frustrating passion of mine for the last 15 years. We got to start doing something different. It's just frustrating that every time there's a shooting, we act like it's unacceptable but then we don't do anything to change it. It's frustrating.
Mm-hmm.